Hi, good morning and welcome to Excelytics.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
So basically, let me give a brief introduction about Excelytics. So we are specialized in data analytics, providing different courses related to data analysis and data to make like our students a good data scientist. We provide whatever courses they are useful to get a good opportunity. So we are into this training since last 6 years. So we provide training in different data analytical tools. Like we generally start with an Excel training, and then we have an opportunity to learn about the automating the Excel using VBA macros. In addition to that, we provide training in MS Access, SQL, and data visualization tools, what we call is Power BI, Tableau. Okay. Further, we also provide trainings in PowerPoint or Word and other things which are generally useful for the day-to-day work. Okay. In addition to conducting these trainings, we are also authorized center for conducting the Microsoft Office Specialist Certification exams. So our courses are aligned in such a way that once you get trained here, you will be able to face those exams. And that is an online test conducted by the Microsoft directly. If you just write that and get through that, it will be a very credible certificate which you can use it for your career growth. Okay. We're also ISO certified, so we follow standards, and you can review about us in Urban Pro, JustDial or Google or different social medias. Our presence is there where because they already, we got awards from them for being very successful and providing training to many students. So you can go through those sites. Okay. Further, our trainers are all experienced trainers. They are working professionals. Okay. So we are not just only training, we are working experience in data analysis, and we are going to share our experiences with all of you. That will help you have a real experience, real world experience examples will be there during our training. So management also is from the same background. Okay. It's not like administrative managers, even our principals or managers, they are also working data professionals. That gives us basic benefit to all the students. In addition to classroom trainings, we also provide corporate trainings, or we can customize the training based on the individual users. We can, particular person, supposing you want to do some automation in his office, we can provide support and see that he is able to learn while implementing it. Okay, both can be done at a time. In addition to that, through social media, we provide tips through WhatsApps and YouTube. We are sharing our experiences with good examples which can be used in your day-to-day work. We provide trainings to the corporates and also colleges. And while doing this, we are going to be training also is going to be very practical oriented. With the tool, we'll be demonstrating how a certain thing has to be done. We'll provide you the material, how to practice the same steps. Okay, there will all the sessions that we are going to conduct, they will be recorded. And in case you have missed anything or you are not able to understand, you can just revisit and view the training sessions once again so that you can clearly understand and practice it. Okay, these trainings are conducted online presently. Earlier, before this COVID started, we are conducting even classroom sessions. So probably after 2-3 months when the training center start, we'll be starting both offline and online also. But it's going to be the same session. Okay, same session will be shared. You attend a classroom also, it will be the same description and same discussion will be going on. Okay, we'll be discussing with real-time projects which will give you an idea how a particular problem can be solved. And also we provide tips on what will be the interview questions, how they will be asked and what will be the appropriate answers. And also if anybody contacts us for some people in this training courses, we are going to share you that information. That the other openings are available at so and so place. You can always apply to them and get placed. Okay, these are the basic introduction about Excelytics. So these are the different courses that we are conducting: Excel, Word, MS Access, PowerPoint. These are all the MS Office applications. In addition to that, we conduct trainings on Tableau, Python, SQL, and Power BI. These are basically useful for the to become a data analyst. Okay. While each is a separate course and separate topic, you can learn as many as possible from this list. So about certifications, I told you these certifications are directly given by the Microsoft. So it gives a lot of value to your profile. So we suggest that after completing the course, you attend a certification. And for the Excel certificate would be like this: of Microsoft Office Specialist Expert. Okay. In case of Power BI, it is called Data Analyst Associate. Okay. Microsoft Data Analyst Associate will be the certificate course. That course name is DA100. That also you can attempt it once you complete this course. Okay, this is a brief description about our Excelytics. You can see our presence in any of the social media like this. It's a WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere we are there. We have got good feedback from many of our students. Okay. Now let's come to the actual topic. What is data analytics? Before that, I would like to know a brief introduction from you. Like who are the participants? Just I would like to know what is your expertise and what you are expecting from us. Okay. So can one of you just give me a brief introduction, 1 or 2 minutes, about yourself and what you are expecting from this course?
Hi, good morning. This is Ajit Kumar. So basically, I am working as a assistant IT manager with Via FinServ. So my role as a assistant manager is to play with the data. We are playing like we are basically NBFC and MFI. So we are having huge data of the 6 lakh clients. So I just want to learn this BI tool to get some in-depth knowledge on the data things.
Yeah, when you are working with huge data, one thing, Excel may slow down the process when to open the file and refresh it. But with this Power BI, this is a cloud-based in-memory application. In-memory application means whatever data is there will be compressed and stored within the tool, within the Power BI itself, so that it can be easily, your interactive experience will be very good compared to the other like Excel. Okay, so that way you can easily improve your reporting presentations by using this. And also it is stored on a cloud server. The reports that we develop, they will be published to a cloud server. So you don't need to send a report daily to managers or anybody. It will be automatically, it gets refreshed periodically based upon our refresh setting. So these are the basic advantages of going for a Power BI tool. Okay. Okay, thanks for joining. So next, somebody else can start.
Yes, hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Shweta, and I've been working as a business analyst since last 4 years now. Currently, I'm working with Max Life Insurance. So my job role is more into project management, like web application or mobile application, anything. So the thing is that I want to change my domain into something that's related to data. So down the line, sorry?
Yes. Excuse me, please, others, please do not disturb. You can just talk when you're.
Oh, okay. So 2 years back, I have worked on MIS reporting, wherein I have used, it was manual reporting, where we used to publish reports to the flow managers using Excel and SQL. So I have seen my colleagues using Tableau dashboards and everything, and others using Power BI dashboards. So I felt that this is more I can learn, and also I believe that it has more career growth than the project management part. And also I feel that I'm more interested in the data visualization part. So yeah, I want to change my domain basically.
Yeah.
So.
It's good that you already know what is reporting and everything. With these tools, Power BI or Tableau, we can automate the process.
Right.
Once we create a report, daily we don't need to repeatedly work on the same thing. Just
Right.
provide the latest data and the output, revised reports will be automatically generated and shared to all the concerned people.
Okay.
It will be useful in your career growth, and also current job also you can do it much easier and better.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, Ashwin, can you introduce?
Yeah, hi all. My name is Ashwin. Currently, I'm working as senior back office specialist at Intralinks. But to be frank, I'm not into same kind of role which I was looking for. So in the previous organization where I was working, I have some knowledge about Power BI. Power BI I used to use as a end user rather than creating reports and dashboards. So I was very interested in learning Power BI and become a Power BI developer. So so once I learned this full-fledged, connecting to servers and all, I used to prepare all these reports using Excel in my previous organization, but I did not get a chance in the new organization to prove myself. So because of the hierarchy that we have and the job role that I have, so I want to switch back to my previous role kind of thing, and then become a Power BI developer and get a job in this field. So I have very basic knowledge of how to use this as a end user, like how these slicers and all these are used for visualization purpose, how data will be connected to our CRM, and then we can easily find out what is the end result. But I want to learn everything about Power BI and prepare reports and create visualization.
Yeah, we'll be seeing starting from how to connect to the different databases, like whether it's a Excel or a SQL server or a web page, MS Access. We'll see how to connect to different databases and get the data, and developing the reports. And also we'll see how to share it with our colleagues through proper authorization. Security levels can be implemented. Surely this will help you. And welcome to this course. Thank you. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah, Mr. Srinivas. Hello. Yeah, others who I think some have connected through mobile. I don't know your names. Kindly introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Sandeep, and currently I'm working for Global Data. So my day-to-day role is I'm working as a French analyst. We work on data, but in general, we work the structured data, okay, unstructured data, sorry. So we make that unstructured to structured data, but however, we don't have that much of knowledge in visualization and reporting. So currently, I want to get knowledge into Power BI so that I can extend my career level to that, where I can have a visualization knowledge and something like that.
And there are many database connectors. Basically, in Microsoft, it has a wide range of connectors. So there are some connectors which can connect to the even unstructured data and convert them into the visualizations. So it will be really a good experience for you. With your different type of requirements, we can see how Power BI can be used for that.
Fine. Thank you.
Yeah, anybody? Sheikh Rahmat Ali, can you just introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure, sir. This is Rahmat Ali here. So I have a 10 years of experience and I worked in Genpact as an assistant manager.
Okay.
So my domain was into a complete order management profile. So I just wanted to shift into the Power BI data visualization tool where especially in the management kind of roles, we have we need a very great visibility about the data which we work, sir.
Yeah, good thing about Power BI is like we don't need to be always a developer only. As a manager also, supposing some data analyst has developed a report, we can use that as the base and create our own visualizations. That means we'll be using the same data, but presently supposing he has created a chart showing sales by every year. Okay, but I want to see the sales by based on sales representative or based on some category. We can create a report with just a click of a button. We don't need to see what is the database. Directly, we have a feature called natural query language. That means by using simple language, English words, we can create a chart automatically on the Power BI file. So that way, if you are interested in learning about the development, getting data also, we can do it. Even otherwise, if we are not we are at a senior level, supposing, and we are not going to develop new reports daily. Still, having a knowledge of Power BI, we'll be able to easily create our own visuals within the available file. Okay. Yeah, Divya, please continue. Who else? Anybody else? Because some of the people are already in Excel students. So if anybody new or anyone to share what's your expectations on Power BI, please, you can unmute yourself or you can even put it in a chat window, your name and experience or any expectations. You can click on chart and in the chart window, you can type in your name and what you're expecting. Okay. Okay, while others are sharing their expectations. Anybody want to talk? Sure.
Yeah,
please.
my name is Leelapati. I am a hotelier. I have experience of 16 years hotel industry.
Okay.
I am working as a manager account. I have a doubt. Data visualization. We have a task of budget and actuals analysis, data analysis. When we are sitting on the board, chairman, when we are presenting the data, how can it is useful this Power BI data presenting the data in a understanding manner to the board, how it is useful. First of all, I have a doubt. It is basically Power BI is useful for finance professionals or anybody can use. How I don't have knowledge.
Use finance, sales, marketing, purchasing. Main advantage is that your data will be stored in compressed form within the file.
Yeah.
Okay? So as you said, if you go to your Go management presentation, you have created some charts.
Yeah.
They say, no, I want something else.
Yeah.
You don't have time to again go back, create a new report and present it. But there itself, you can just change the categories and show it.
Yeah.
On the report. I will be showing it before the end of this session, how we can easily interact with the data and it's much faster. The moment
Yeah,
it will be
the key people that doesn't have time, and visualizing data in a, graph basis, no, they
Yes.
will understand easily, not in Excel or this one.
As we can see in the screen here,
Yeah,
yeah, you just put it a data like this. You
yeah,
can't, it's difficult to make out which is highest, lowest, and what.
yes, yes. They
They
can understand through this one.
can easily understand. We are presently supposing we are doing by product. Now they want to see by region wise. You can just drag and drop a region field. It will come immediately. It will be refreshed.
Yeah.
No time. So across a meeting, you can make discussions and close the meeting instead of again
Yes, yes.
opening it for the report.
Short and fast, man. Okay.
That is the benefit of it.
Thank you.
Yeah, basically these questions, we will have it a bit later. First, let me give some introduction about what is data analysis and what is Power BI. Surely we'll have general questions at the end, okay? Or if I'm discussing anything about that, if you have a doubt, you can always ask me. I'll be telling you about what are the job titles that are expected also. So now let us have some basic understanding about what is data analysis, okay? And before that, I would like to just let me introduce myself. My name is Vinod. Okay, I have over 15 years of experience in different reporting tools like Excel, macros, automations I have done. I have worked on Power BI and also SAP Crystal reports, okay? That was a very famous reporting tool, which is presently used in many of the applications. It's owned by SAP. Earlier it was business objects, BO Crystal reports, okay? Even SAP database also, there are many reports developed using Crystal reports. But they are more into a static report, like supposing you want to have what are the detailed ledger of all the accounts, then you can easily print out in a Crystal reports. But it is not like as dynamic as the data visualization tools nowadays it have come, okay? That's the reason I have moved to the Power BI. I have done a certification in Excel as a Microsoft Certified Excel expert. And also I have done a certification in Power BI that's called Microsoft Data Analyst Associate. Okay. In addition to that, I'm a certified internal auditor for ISO. And I have developed many dashboards and visualizations in Excel, Power BI. So I'm here to share my experiences with you, how we can use the Power BI easily. We'll be discussing starting from the very start, the basics, okay? And I conduct online trainings, also provide implementation support, and also I have conducted many corporate trainings at different companies like Dr. Reddy's Foundation, Water Health International, Real Page, AMPS Healthcare, and Procter & Gamble. These are the different places where I have conducted, and there are many more companies like this. Okay, Tata Group, we have regularly, we'll be conducting sessions there. So this is my brief introduction about myself. And now let us get into the actual topic. What is data analysis? So basically, we see that in any company, data is stored in some form of like in an Excel sheet, or it could be more often in an SQL server or a Oracle database. All the transactions we do day to day, they will be stored into the data. So data size goes on increasing. Even if you see a supermarket, every bill, it is recorded into the system. It's not just for generating a printout of invoice. More than that, they use the data for their business improvement. Okay. How means earlier we were just what is the pattern, which product we are going to sell more, which has more demand, that just by experience only we are deciding, but we don't have any proper supporting information. But now with this data available in the computers, we can read the data, whatever is available in our systems. We can convert into a more useful information. Okay, I mean, pick up what is important that and present it in such a way that the moment you see that there could be something to be understood from that. That is the data analysis. Okay. This whatever output we give should be very precise, and also it should be help management make some decisions. You simply say these are the number of transactions, this is the amount come, this is debited, credited, that will not be enough. The what we present should give a how our business is happening. That information, they should be available in these reports. Management should be able to take some action. Okay, this is the product giving me my good profits. So I should concentrate on this sales of this product in all the different places. Or there is some region where our presence is not there. We have to improve our marketing skills and get the sales there. Like that, some meaningful information should be provided that will make management make better decisions. They should be able to take an action on our report. So that's what is called data analysis. This has become very important nowadays because of the competitive market. There are so many players for the same product. So you have to be very competitive and take right decisions, then only you can survive in the market. The very basic example would be like Nokia phones we have been seeing. Some time back, that was the only product available anywhere. Okay. But suddenly when smartphones have come up, they are not prepared for that. They could not maintain the market share. So suddenly this Samsung, iPhone, everything have taken over their market. Okay. Such a thing should not happen. Then we should have proper data analysis. Should be seeing not only our data, even how the market is going on. This all comes under data analysis. This data analysis requires multiple number of tools because we are not going to keep everything at one place. HR may have their own tool or they might use Excel. Accounts will have their accounting tools. Production, each department might store the data in different forms. So this data analysis includes integrating data from different places, cleaning up, removing the unnecessary data and picking up what is important for the reporting and then present it. And while presenting also, these are the general steps. We have a data, we have to convert the data into some information like picking up the important things. The data could be there in some Excel or a SQL server or some flat files. These files may be available in local system or it could be in our SharePoint. Okay, some of the data could be on a cloud, like this SharePoint or OneDrive for business. These store the data at a remote place. We are not going to store within our network. Okay, like Amazon Web Services we call AWS, Azure. These are the places where we can lend the space for storing our data. We'll be paying monthly some amount and the data will be stored at a remote place. Advantage of that is we can connect to that data from anywhere. Okay, I remember around 15-20 years back, we used to have, when we have an Outlook, all the mails would be downloaded into your computer first and then we'll see the mails. But now that technology has gone. Now everything is available on a cloud. We can see our mails from any device, any computer or a phone, because all the mails are already available on a remote cloud server. We can connect to that from anywhere. That's the technology useful in these applications also. Okay, so we'll be first converting this data available, whether it's in a cloud server or a local network. We'll just extract what is required for our reporting. We'll summarize it. Then just summarizing as a numeric values, it will not be easy to understand. We have to put it as a charts and graphs. This we call it as data visualization. Data visualization means putting the data in such a way that the moment you see, you can easily understand in different colorful visuals, like a charts, gauges, funnel chart, maps. Even on a map, if we show the sales of different cities, anybody can easily go to the concerned place and see the values instead of going and searching row by row, where is the city. So once it is presented, then the job is to analyze the data and see what is the pattern. Okay, dig into the report and see, okay, here sales are high. What has contributed to this high sales? Is it a product specific or a customer specific? Or is it because of a particular salesperson who has been very active? Like this, we can dig into the data and understand how we got the profit or loss, or what we can do it further to improve our things. So these are all the parts of a data analysis. Finally, we have to protect our data. We should not allow anybody to see our data. even within organization also, there is a concept called row level security. That means same report, we give it to 10 people, but everybody will not see the same content. Some people, like a top management, will see the complete overall picture of the organization. A regional manager would see only data about his region. A salesperson can see sales about only what he has handled. That's how we can protect the data and allow users to view only what is they are authorized to see. Okay? And now somebody has asked, what is the expected job once you complete these tools? Basically, data analysis is not possible to complete everything in a single tool. We need to learn multiple tools, but based on what we are going to learn, like the Power BI tool or a okay, basically this Power BI, Tableau, these tools, they are data visualization tools. They take data from different places and create different reports. That's where we'll be starting after learning this. Along with that, if you have a knowledge of SQL and Excel also, it would be nice. With this, we are basically going to start our career as a data analyst or a reporting analyst, we call it, okay? That will be the starting career. Along with that, if you become very good at SQL and reading the data, a data engineer job would be more to do with the database, understanding the database, maintaining the database administrators who create databases, optimize that, and they learn a lot of things with SQL or any database, SQL or non-SQL. So when you get a proficiency in that also, along with this reporting, then you can become a data engineer. Okay. Next, data scientist means even it is even a wider role. You are like a Python, linear programming, R programming. There are many more things that are required for becoming a data scientist. Along with the tools, you also need to build some experience. So ideally, for even 0 to 3-4 years experience, we should start as a data analyst with experience, and by learning how to dig into the data, understand the different databases, become a data engineer or even data scientist. A data scientist should have a more broader knowledge on why we should be analyzing, how to get data from different places, what are the programming tools like linear programming, artificial intelligence, machine learning, all those things would be useful. If you, with experience and all those tools, you can become a data scientist. Okay, this is the general flow, how you will be growing in the data analyst role. Okay. Is it clear or any doubts till now?
Yeah, I have one doubt. So we need to have a knowledge on SQL.
For Power BI?
Yes, sir.
Basically, we are going to read data from SQL. So if you have a knowledge, it's good. Okay, but otherwise also this interface is developed so easily that whether you are connecting to an Excel or a SQL or any database, just you click on the same. It's a Microsoft product, that's the main advantage. Just you right click and you get the options. Like they'll be asking you questions, you have to give them answers. Like if it is a SQL server, simply you give the server name and password. It is going to pop in and show you what are the different databases available in that server. Again, you click on tables, it will show the tables. Click on any specific table, it will show what is the data available in the table. Like that way, it is a menu driven. Without having knowledge of SQL also, you can work. But if you have a knowledge, then it will be surely an edge over the others.
Okay, fine.
So in data analysis, there are different types of analysis we do. First one, the innermost, it is called a descriptive analysis. Descriptive analysis means whatever data we are already having in our database. Okay, Mr. Sheikh, any doubt?
Yes, sir. I have a small question here. Sir, just to add a point to the person who has asked previously here.
Yeah.
So, how much percentage of SQL is required to understand the overall Power BI concepts here? Because I I know something is required in SQL. Without SQL, nobody goes forward in the Power BI here.
Data is there in SQL only most of the cases. So we need
Yeah.
basic knowledge of SQL. Basically, we need to know what is the table and where is the data. Okay. If I have data in 2-3 tables, what is joining data? Types of how to build relationships. In Excel, we use a VLOOKUP to get data from another sheet. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
Same way here also, data will be always there in multiple tables. How to combine data from multiple tables and get it.
Okay, so basically, a bit of, SQL is required to understand the overall concepts of it.
Select queries, basically.
Okay.
So we will be discussing that in the session. When you work with SQL, I'll show what is the database, what are the tables, how to get. First, we will write some few queries on the database side itself. How to combine 2-3 tables and get the data.
Sir, even I'm sorry to disturb you in middle, sir. Will there be a SQL package part of this Power BI? Will you going to teach the SQL part also, or only the basic part which is covered in this Power BI course?
We'll be discussing for a few hours. Like I would say, maybe 3-4 hours. We'll be discussing for understanding SQL and also presenting data based on SQL. But if you want to have more details, we have a course on SQL that will be around 12 to 15 hours. We'll be discussing in more detail about writing the SQL queries.
Got it, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks.
The extent of required for understanding Power BI, we are going to discuss in the part of this course.
Okay, sir. Okay, got it, sir. Thank you.
Because for a bigger organizations, there will be separate, like I had said, data engineers will be there. They are going to build the queries and give us. We can just use that query and get the data.
Okay, sir.
But to have a more broader view, understand what is Power BI, then we can even start writing the queries. That much knowledge will be getting in this course.
Got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
So whatever data we have got, we are talking about data analysis. We understood that converting the data into meaningful presentations. Okay. While doing that, there are different ways of analysis we can do. One is the descriptive analysis, which basically concentrates on our data, past data. Okay, last year, this is my data. On this, I can analyze and say, okay, this was the different customers who have paid us in time, or these are the products which has given us more profit. What is the impact of our discount schemes on our sales? All this, whatever analysis we do on our past data, that we call it as a descriptive analysis. Okay. And another one is diagnostic. That is the ability to drill down and see what are the more details. Okay, why we should have, what we should have done. How to just isolate and see what was the problem. Like a diagnosis, we call it in medical terms, same way. Going in depth into our past data and seeing what is the root cause of a failure or a success. That is diagnostic analysis. Next our job is for the next year, what should be the goals our organization should be setting up. What we can achieve based on the past data and the growth that is expected. We can go for past 1 year or even 2-3 years data we can analyze and see where we are growing and what can be forecasted for the next year. That is called the predictive analysis. Okay. And the more detailed analysis, that is called the prescriptive analysis. This consists of not only our data, we have to see the external impact also. How is the market growing? How are the competitors doing? What are the new products coming up? If you consider all of them, what is the payment terms? Are they changing in the market? All these things, consider it and give a more detailed analysis that is called the prescriptive analysis. Okay. All these things cannot be done in a single Power BI or any tool. It requires multiple tools. Like for prescriptive analysis, we need to have artificial intelligence, linear programming, like that different tools have to be used. But everywhere, whatever analysis we do it, finally, it has to be presented. Okay, management, we cannot just give a report. Instead, we have to give them in a clearly understandable form. That is, again, we discussed it is a data visualization. So visualizing the data is important final part of the data analysis. And for that, we require a tool like Power BI. Okay, this is going to be a very good tool where it is going to give a clear presentation of our conclusions. And it's going to be very interactive. That means while discussing with management also, we can change the groupings and create charts on the fly and present the data in such a way that they can easily understand. They can get their answers given at the same meeting itself. Okay. In earlier conventional programs like Crystal reports or in Excel charts, if they ask for any more, we might do some 50 charts. Still they say, no, I want the grouping by some other column through something else like that. So that again, we have to come back and create a report. But here it's not like that. On the fly, we can create new charts based on the data already we have developed. Like the model, we call it as a data model. First we will generate. On that, different reports can be created on the fly. That's the advantage of these tools. Okay. And as I said, data visualization, it is much easy to understand. If we put it as a numbers, it is difficult to understand out of this which is high and which is low. But same thing, if we are able to put it as a chart, moment you see, you can make out, okay, here it's the sales are high. Here, this is the profit. Red line shows the profit. Okay. And these blue data bars represent the sales. So the moment I see, I can make out, okay, where is the profit, which products. Like here, paper is the highest profit, though the sales are high in some other product. This easily we can understand it using the visual presentation. That's what we call it as visualization. Putting it in the form of different charts. This is one simple column chart I'm showing, but there are many very good tools wherein you can go on, drill down. You can click on them and see more details about it. Like here, sales or high means which region has given that high sales. Again, in that region, which city has given. Like that, we can just click on them and get into the more details. That is, we call it as data decomposing. Okay. So data visualization is displaying the data in patterns, trends, and correlations. That may not be easily understood in a text-based data. So putting in multiple columns, we can put it as a visualization. Okay, this is about the basics, about the job opportunities. We found that many places, even starting salaries, they are much better as a data analyst compared to a .NET or any developer. More than a code writer, analyst is getting a good demand. I've seen many people from reputed organizations, so they are preferring for data analyst job. Data mining, data analysis, these are having more demand. And it's going to grow also because any company can survive only with a proper data analysis. Old methods of growth for the companies is very difficult now because of the competition. Getting the data properly, analyzing the data is going to be the key most for success of any company. And so demand is growing so much and it will be growing continuously for the future also. And this is an analysis done by some Glassdoor. Okay, as per their analysis, these are the salaries expected. Okay, around 24% of the people, and within 0 to 1 year, 2 to 4 years, there is a lot of demand is there. Okay, and the average salary will be around 5 lakhs. But it's an average. If you are having good experience and if you know all these tools, then you might expect even more. So in this, each works separately. Power BI and dashboarding, these are things which we are going to concentrate on in the current training. And Excel, and for these other things, there are separate courses are available. Python, statistical analysis, all these things are useful if you want. If you have very good experience on data analysis and still you want to improve, then you can learn these things. But Power BI is something which is the easiest of all of them, I would say. And if you have even little knowledge on Excel, it's going to be just like a same. Everywhere right click and get the information. And it's going to be much more beyond the Excel. Okay. So when it comes to data analysis, becoming a data scientist, these are the courses I have already mentioned you. These are the different things that you can learn. One is advanced Excel. That's where you start our data job. Okay, as a data entry operator or an MIS reporting. And if you want to improve on that and do some automations, we can learn VBA macros, which will help us speed up our work. Okay, day-to-day same repetitive job we have to do. Using macros, we can improve the efficiency and also spending very little time, we'll be able to get the reports. Further, we learn SQL or Access. That's because the data is most often stored in those databases. Even if you are working on Excel, you are getting data from some bigger databases. So learning about them will also help us grow in our career. Finally, Tableau, Power BI, and ClickView. These are the three competitors, I would say, on data presentation and visualization. R programming, Python, these are useful for extracting data from different forms. Okay, and the output of those tools can be used in presentation in Tableau, Power BI, or ClickView. Machine learning and artificial intelligence are again advanced technologies. Nowadays, they are in high demand, which will make you a good data scientist. No, we don't require all of them. That's what I was telling. To become once you get experience, first initially we might start a career with Excel, okay? Or if you are not starting, like nowadays, even we can start with Power BI or Tableau, these tools. With this, you can start your career. But to grow it, to become a successful data scientist, you may have to pick up all these things. Okay? That depends upon our role. If you are becoming a specialist Power BI developer, maybe you can just stop it here. Like in the chart I have shown here, for the first to be work on descriptive analysis and diagnostic analysis, we don't require all those tools. What we need to know is Excel and Power BI and some SQL basics. That would be enough for doing the inner two. But if you want to do predictive analysis, you must know like probability, theory, linear programming, and those things. To become a prescriptive analysis, we require even other tools like Python and different tools. So to be successful in the first two levels, it's not necessary to learn all of them. But with experience, once you started working on this, then you can pick up other things to grow. Because with experience, expectations on us also will be increasing. Such time you have to learn more things. Basically in IT, there's no limit. You have to go on learning new things always. But to start a career, you don't require all the 9. Okay. This is about the basics of data analysis in general. We're not talking about any tool. In general, this is the things. Okay. So any doubts? Now we'll understand actually what is Power BI. So if you have any doubts, please let me know. Okay, now we'll come to Power BI. Anybody want to say anything? So now we'll start with Power BI. Basically, this data visualization tools, we have seen there are many tools, but basically important ones are Power BI, Tableau, and ClickView. Tableau and ClickView are there since more than 10 years. Okay, they're already into market. Power BI has come around 6 years back. In 2015, Microsoft have conceived this concept of Power BI. Okay, so Power BI is basically a set of tools. Okay, it consists of different components that together have the ability to extract data from any database. Okay, you can combine data from multiple databases or multiple data sources, we call it, because Excel is not a database, but it still is a source of data. MS Access, SQL, or even a web page. You can get data from different places, combine it together, and present it. That is the ability of a Power BI. That is basically a data visualization tool. But in addition to visualization, we can also use it to combine data, clean up the data, build relationships. That's what we call it as a ETL tool. Extract data, transform data, and load data into the viewer. Okay, extracting is getting data from different places. Transforming is combining the data from different places using a common field, just how we do a VLOOKUP. Like that, combining data from different places, formatting them, and writing more formulas. How in Excel we write different formulas to combine different columns, or do some calculations. Same thing we can do it in Power BI. And after preparing the data, then we do the presentation. Everything can be done in a Power BI. So Power BI major competitor, I would say, is the Tableau, because it is basically there since a long time. It is established in 2003, and Excel has come, Power BI has come in 2015. Okay, but main advantage of Power BI, if you see, it is very easy to use because it is built by Microsoft and on the basic concepts of other Microsoft products. Just you right click on somewhere and you get the property options available. You can click on that. And those who have experience in Excel, the formulas, most of the aggregate formulas, everything are same in Power BI also. In addition to that, we have many more formulas, but concepts will be same. The look and feel will be similar. The Power BI file I would show, this is something, this is the Power BI file. So just like Excel, we have the tabs on the top, quick access toolbar will be there, commands will be there. Okay, this is how it is going to be. We will discuss in detail about that again. But comparing with the Tableau, main advantage of Power BI is that it is easy to implement. And also pricing, it is much lesser cost when compared to Tableau. A Power BI you can install in your system free of cost. You can download it just and register and use it without paying any money. You can just continuously use that tool. There is no limitations, difference between the licensed version and the freeware. Only limitation would be your freeware you can use only for your sake. Like you can't share the report to anyone. Okay, you can just convert that into a PDF or a PowerPoint presentation and send it. But as it is, reports cannot be directly shared with others when you don't have any paid license. But features wise, everything are available in a freeware. In an organization, if we implement Power BI, whoever is using or accessing those reports online need to pay $9.9 per month. Okay, everyone. This is actually much less compared to Tableau, which is around $35 per month. Okay, and also in Tableau, freeware is only for a limited period. After that, you have to pay monthly charges. And in Power BI, there are different versions are available. You don't require any server. Okay, in a Tableau, we need to have a server and client. But in case of Power BI, the server is maintained by the Microsoft itself. We just work on a desktop application and publish the reports. Once that is done, we can review the reports from a browser through Google or Edge or any browser, from any other computer, or even from a mobile or a tab. Okay, that viewing the reports, it is available from any of the systems. It's not like Excel, wherein we have to develop and send the file to anybody. It's not required here. You simply develop it and we can view the reports from anywhere. Okay. And there are few visuals available on the, like here we can see these are the different types of charts that are available in Power BI. In Excel, we click on insert and see the charts. Same way here, these are the list of visuals. These visuals are not limited. Like these are the standard visuals, but you have many more visuals available per download. You can freely download from the Microsoft Store and include them in your reports. Like here, I will show one report. This is supposing this is a column chart showing the sales of different regions. Okay. And this is a line chart. Here we are seeing the data, how it is sales are happening across different months. Okay, this is a line chart, this is a column chart, and this is a slicer, or you can filter data based on this. Like supposing if I click on West, I'll be seeing only West data. Okay, West is removed. All the remaining three we can see the data. Here also, this is configured such a way that multiple regions are selected. Whichever you click on, it will get unchecked. Again, click on that, it gets checked. In case of years, we can configure in such a way that whichever year I select, only that will be available. Okay, so single select we call it. Whichever year we select, for that year we will be seeing the data. 2019, we don't have a sales for this particular thing. If you go to 2017, we have these are the sales. in these 3 regions. Like this, by clicking on a button, immediately you can see the latest data. In case of Excel, it might take some time to refresh. Okay, it has to fetch the data, but here it is much faster. And also, these are the standard visuals. Okay, supposing I want to present this data in a meeting. Okay, I want to select one by one all the regions and then show that how the sales happening in that region. So I don't need to go on clicking one by one. Instead, I have this custom visual called a play axis. If I just click on this, the selection would be automatically changing. First, now East region, we are able to see the sales here. Okay. Like that, it will just go on changing one by one automatically without our interface, without our interference. So it is easier for the discussion. Okay, central, these are the sales, these are the monthly, west. So by clicking, once we starting the play, it is going to automatically change the selections and display the data region wise. This is one example of a custom visuals. Like this, we have different types of visuals we can download from the Microsoft Store and use it. There is a new feature specially available for the Power BI. And again, this is a cloud-based application. That means whatever we develop, we are going to put it on a remote cloud server. From there, we can connect anywhere. So what all we require is only a internet connection. We can view the reports from anywhere. Supposing we are on move, so we don't need to wait to reach the office to see the report. We can see the reports from anywhere, through a computer or a mobile or a tablet, anywhere. Microsoft has developed different connectors so that we can connect to any of the database available in any form. It could be a SQL server, or it could be an SQL HANA database, SAP HANA database, or Oracle, Teradata, you name anything, any database, you can just connect it and get the reports. You can also combine the data from different places and put it in one place. And this is particularly good for medium and small companies. As the data increases, there will be some performance issues. So if it is a very huge company having some thousands of GB of data, then a Tableau is a better tool. But there are many, like most of the companies, Power BI is a better tool because it is much faster to implement and the running cost is much less every month. And you can easily get changes done because even a manager can easily modify the reports without having any database knowledge. I'll show you how it is done. Okay. Implementation is much easier and faster. And you need to have DAX function. DAX formulas is one thing that we have to learn to be a successful Power BI developer. Remaining other things are just simple drag and drop, change it in the interface itself we work on. But DAX means data analytical expression. That is a formula language. Just like in Excel formula, here we use the DAX formulas to get the different data. And development is basically limited to Windows. For Power BI desktop development, we need to have a Windows systems, but reports can be viewed in any of the systems. Okay, these are the differences between a Power BI and Tableau. And now let us actually look into the Power BI. It has been developed basically, if any of you have worked on Power Query and Power Pivot in Excel, that is the actual starting point for development of Power BI. Okay, Microsoft started with Power Query and Power Pivot, Power Views, Power Maps, all these things in Excel, 2013. And later in 2016, they are fully implemented. So that features along with the Azure Cloud Services, together they have combined and developed this Power BI tool in 2015. So any Power BI tool consists of, these are the basic steps. We have the data available at different places, Excel or SQL or any web pages or in a cloud servers. This data is read in a Power BI desktop. We need to install one application in our computers. It's going to be freely, it is a freely downloadable, around 300 MB size. Okay, so that can be downloaded any computer having Windows 7.1 or later version of operating system. So what all you require is a computer with Windows 7.1 or later, and a 4 GB RAM is the minimum required. But if you have more, it would be even better. 8 GB would be an ideal, because this is a in-memory application. That means whatever data we connect, that is stored within the RAM, so that the reports are presented fast. Like this is a typical output dashboard. Whatever we just click on anything, just click on one chart, all the other will immediately change. So that is possible because data is stored in a very compressed form in the memory. You might load some say 100 GB, 100 MB of data. It will be compressed and stored as only just 5 or 6 MB. That's how it has inbuilt technology to compress the data and store it in the memory. And that is available for the reports. Okay. So this is what is the Power BI. And what are the different components, how we are getting this here, that I can show in a different presentation. These are the like a different databases as we have seen before. We need to install the Power BI in our local system. I'm going to show the steps. They are very simple. We can just download it and install it in our computer. Once that is installed, we need to register in that. Okay. Register with the Power BI Microsoft, with a Microsoft account. That is also, there is no charges. Only thing, first time you will be getting a registration activation confirmation. For that, you need to have a corporate mail ID. Okay, you can't use a Gmail or a Yahoo, but you should have some company mail ID or a school mail ID for registering in the Power BI. And that registration is required for publishing the report to the service. You just develop a report in your local computer, you don't require anything. Simply download it and start working on that. But after developing the report, I would like to share it in the cloud server so that I can connect to that report from anywhere. Okay. Seeing the report in a local system like this, it doesn't require any license. We just download it and start developing the report. But once this report is developed, I would like to see the same report on a server. For that, what all we have to do is just simply click on this button, publish. It is going to copy the complete report along with the whatever data is there in the report, and it will be moved to a remote Azure server. So that server part is taken care by the Microsoft itself. We don't need to do anything, but we can view the report. Once it is published, we can view the report from a browser. Browser means basically we can connect from any computer and view it. So now presently this is moving this report along with the data to the server. We'll see that when it is ready. Meanwhile, we can see that once it is published to the server, from here, that we call it as a service, Power BI service. We are not going to learn anything new. What is there from the service, we just connect and see the reports. In the service, basically what we are going to do is sharing with the other people. Okay. So in the service, it will ask you where you want to save it. Say select. It is now moving the report along with the data to the Power BI service. So our data will be moved to a secure location in the Microsoft Azure server. There we can just connect it. Either click on this or directly when you are connected to the application also, we can view the report. So the same report presently is now available on a cloud server. So with this, I can view this report not only in this computer, but from anywhere else. Okay. In addition to viewing the report, I can also share this with the other colleagues. By clicking on a share, I'll be able to share this report. So they will get a link and a mail that so-and-so report has been shared. If they click on the link and view the report in their system. So for the user, for us to share or to receive a report that has been shared, we require the Power BI license. That is a paid license of $10 per month. Okay, that will be taken care by the companies anyway. Just I'm giving you advanced information. So you can immediately download it and install it in your systems and start using it. If any of you are having problem in getting a corporate mail ID, you can tell us we have created some IDs already. Those ID we can share it you for learning and practice purpose. Okay, using that mail ID, you can work on the reports and learn this, practice it. Because some of the companies, they may not allow you to install new software. So in such case, if you are installing in local system, and if you don't want to use your company ID, you can tell us, we have that option, we will provide you the IDs. Okay, so these are the basic components. We are going to mostly work on Power BI desktop, wherein the report is actually developed. Then when you publish it, it is available on a service which we connect it from the browser, as we have seen it here. Okay, this is the Power BI service. We are connecting to the app.powerbi.com and view the reports. And we'll discuss in detail about what are the different options available here, what we can do it. From there, we view it from different places. In addition to that, there is one feature called Power BI Gateway, which we need to learn. This is to allow, once we have published the report, a daily new data will be coming. Every day, I don't need to go and transfer the data to this service. We can just set up a Power BI Gateway. It is going to take care of extracting data from our local system and refresh all the reports. We'll give a schedule saying daily up to 8 times we can refresh our report. We can set up times when report has to refresh. So data will be automatically refreshed. And you don't need to wait, see only yesterday's data. Even current data can be viewed by refreshing periodically up to 8 times in a day. Okay, these are the components. Okay, any doubts? Okay, as I said, we require only a computer with Windows 7 or later, and also a browser like Google or IE10 or Edge. Nowadays, Edge is coming, and we need to have a good internet connection. And if you have SQL knowledge or Excel knowledge, that is desirable. It's not necessary, because we are going to discuss with basic examples how to work on Power BI. So even if you have not learned Excel also, still you can learn Power BI. But only we recommend them because when you face an interview, they may ask some questions which will be easier with an experience on Excel. This we have discussed. And Power BI is having a very good rating based on the analysis done by Gartner. In February 2019, they said that Microsoft, that is Power BI, this is the leader now. It is very near to the Tableau. Other tools, there are many other tools which do the data analysis. Visualization tools are available, but they are very much having a very less ratings compared to these two. Okay. And now let us, till now we have been just discussing about the theory. Now let us see how to create a report in Power BI, how to use the Power BI and create a report. Okay. So have you, any of you worked on Power BI desktop?
No.
Okay. Let us say basically to download the Power BI, we can use this powerbi.microsoft.com. I'll copy this to the chart window. Any of you, if you want, you can even download it. It's a free download. Okay, this can be downloaded from here. Otherwise, in the Google also, you can simply click on Power BI download. There are different versions based on our OS. Is it a 64-bit or 32-bit? So you have to select. You just click on download. It is going to automatically download based on our system. If ours is a 64-bit, automatically it will download a 64-bit one. It is going to be more efficient compared to 32-bit. Okay. But if you are using a 32-bit computer, then again you have to go for 32-bit only. So you can just download this and click on that. It is very easy to install. Just click on that. It will automatically go on, just say next, and it will install it in a local computer. Once it is installed, it will create a desktop shortcut. Okay. Now I'll show how to create one report using this desktop. We will see there are different types of data sources that can be seen. But for our example, because everybody should be having the access, we will go to an Excel database. So presently, there is some sales data available in an Excel database. We are going to see how to create a Power BI report using this data and publish it to the service. Okay, for this I have taken a data from the orders table. In fact, this can be used to connect to multiple tables also. We don't need to always have all the data in a single sheet. We can have data available in multiple sheets. All of them can be combined together and a report generated. In the first example, we will see this orders data. First and foremost important thing whenever you want to analyze the data is, first, what you will be doing. Tell me, I think already there are many people working on. What is the first thing you will be doing when you are asked to develop a report?
Export the data.
Export the data, yeah. Export or import, whatever. Yes, correct. Data cleansing, yes. We need to first get the data, yes, clean the data. And even before that, we need to first understand what is there in the data. Yes, tell me, Sheikh.
Pivot, sir.
Pardon?
Pivot.
Pivot, yeah.
We'll be formatting table. Formatting as a table.
Yes, formatting as a table. That we'll be doing.
That is the first step.
Yes, format as a table. We have to convert this into a table. Basic advantage of converting into a table is we can ensure that the data, each data has a column header, unique column header. Okay. If it's something, it is saying a name. If we use it in a report, we don't know whether it is a customer name or a product name or a sales representative name. So there should be proper meaningful headers. So for that, converting into a table is one good step where it will ensure that each column has a meaningful header. It will ensure that each column has a header. There will not any blank columns or blank rows will be clearly identified. Okay. And also another important step is that we should understand the data. What is the data available with us? What are the values, whether they are the text values or the column or numeric values. What report I can develop from this data, that is important. Okay. Here supposing we have a sales data having the dates. Okay, different shipping modes. We have the customer name. What is the segment of the customer? Which country and city he belongs to? Which state? So all these are places wherein I can group the data based on a city, based on a region, based on a customer name, his segment, or based on his product category. Okay. All these things we call them as the categories or dimensions. Dimensions means on which we can do the grouping. Okay. Even Excel report also we group by these columns. After grouping, like in a pivot table, what are the fields that can be added to a rows section and column section? Those things we call them as the dimensions. What goes into the values section, that is the amounts, sales total, quantity, discount, profit. These are the columns which we do the aggregation. We want to see what is the total sales for a particular dimension. What is the highest sales? What is the average sales? Or average quantity, total quantity. Whatever aggregations we do, they are called the facts or measures. You can say measures as the columns on which we do the aggregation. And most often they are the numeric columns. And text columns are those on which we are going to do the grouping. They are called the dimensions. For this, there could be some exceptions. Like here we have a row ID. There could be something like serial number or transaction ID. They are numbers, but still we are not going to do any grouping on them. Okay, we are not going to do any totaling on them. We are not going to find what is the total of row ID, what is the total of transaction ID. We are not going to do. Maximum we may count how many transactions happen. So they are exceptions wherein though they are numbers, we are not going to aggregate them. So we call them as dimensions and not the measures. Okay. So first and foremost thing is to format the data with the column headers, and then we need to understand the data, see what are the different measures available and different dimensions available. Okay. Once this is understood, we want to load this data into the Power BI. So for that, we are going to click on the shortcut key. It is going to launch the Power BI application. In this application, the first step is getting the data from the data source. So these are the different data sources available. When you say get data, you can get a data from an Excel, text file, XML, or you can pick up data from a folder, from a SharePoint, SQL Server, MS Access. Like that, there's an exhaust, very big list of data place sources from where we can get the data. For this example, we have just opened the Power BI. We'll click on the get data. Okay, this is the first step. The moment you click on that shortcut, you'll be seeing this window. In this window, we are going to click on get data to connect to a database or data source. These are the different data sources available. Okay, even from any web connection, anywhere you can connect and get the data. These are also grouped by all, means you are seeing everything. Supposing I want to see only flat files, I can click on this. It shows the normal files. Similarly, different databases like SQL, Access, Oracle, IBM, SAP, HANA, SAP Business Warehouse. All these are the inputs from where we can get the data and generate the reports. Similarly, another Power BI file could be a source for us. Already we have, somebody has created a Power BI file. That data can be used as an input for us. Data could be available in a Azure server. Azure means it's a cloud server. Many of the people who are maintaining web applications, they prefer to keep the data on a web server so that it can be easily connected from anywhere. Another advantage is that these are maintained by the Microsoft. They only charge us a monthly subscription, and the maintenance and keeping it up and running is taken care by them. So for a MNC company working from different places, it would be preferable to store this data on a remote Azure server. So connecting to that will not be a problem at any time of the day. Okay. Similarly, we have online services like a web page or Dynamic 365. From any of these, we can connect and get the data. Other is like a normal web page, or other options are available. Like even if you are having a ODBC connection or a R script and Python script, I told you, if you know R programming, you can do R programming to read some data, and that data could be an input for this Power BI. So in our example now, let us go and select an Excel data. So click on Excel and connect. So I have to pick up from where the data is available. So let us say in the Excelytics, we have this data, what we have seen before. We'll just select this data and say open. So when you say open, it is going to connect to the database, read what are the different sheets available in that Excel. It is going to list out these are the different sheets available in this file. You can click on any of the sheet name. Right side, we see a preview of the data available in that particular sheet. Okay, so as if it is an SQL server, we may have multiple tables. To know where is my data, we can just click on any of these names and see what is the content. Based on the content, we can decide which table has to be loaded. Your orders shows the different columns available in the orders table. Okay, similarly, people, products, and transactions. These are the different tables. So supposing now I want to get data from the orders table. I'll click on this checkbox to the left of this and say, you can see bottom, there is an option to load data, transform data, and cancel. Load data means directly it is going to extract data from the database and load it into the Power BI. You say transform, this is where we can do the editing. We can decide what columns has to be loaded or what date range we want to select. All those filtrations can be done while loading itself. When you say transform data, it is opening in a new query window called Power Query Editor. Okay, this is the one we were earlier looking into. In a separate window called Power Query Editor, it will show the different data that has been available in the Excel file that we have loaded. We have selected orders table, order sheet. In this sheet, this is the data available. Here, I can decide what columns I require in the report. I don't need to load everything into the Power BI because as we discussed before, it is going to occupy some memory. Okay, so we need to filter out and see, load only data that is required for the reporting. So for example, this ID column I don't want to use. I can just select this, say remove column. Okay, that is removed from being loaded. We are not editing the Excel file. We are only editing what is to be loaded. Similarly, order dates. I don't require all this data. Supposing it is a null, order date is null means probably this is a blank rows in Excel, which we don't require to load. Similarly, even this all 4 years data need not be loaded. I can apply a filter. This is just like an Excel sheet. Excel, how we apply filters. Same way here also. Just what we have done, just select this button to the right corner of the column. It opens the filter window. Here I can apply a filter, selecting for date filters. I want dates only after, say, after 31/12/2014. I say that means I want to load data for 2015 and later only. Say OK. So now it is going to remove that 14 data and only 15 data is shown in the preview. Similarly, we can remove any columns or we can filter out the data based on any other column. And also you can see here in the left corner, it is showing us some number. This represents the data type. In Excel, we say a profit column, but supposing some places there could be even a text values. Okay. By mistake, somebody might have written a text value or they have put some hyphen or nil something. Such data can be easily identified here because each column we are representing by the data type. 1.2 means it's a decimal value. Similarly, 1, 2, 3 means numerics. If any of these rows is having a text and not a number, it is going to highlight here, saying that there are some errors in that. To verify that, while loading, before loading itself, we can go and view the column quality. It is going to show how many columns are having data, valid data, any rows having empty values or error values. Okay, such things, all the information is available here itself. Before loading, we can verify that the data is having correct data. If there is any invalid data, we can take care of correcting that. Okay, this is what we can do in the Power Query Editor. We have different options here. Like for this, we have removed a column and applied a filter on another column. Okay. Similarly, whatever steps we do it here, they are automatically added as a step in the applied steps. Just like a VBA macro, when we write, all the steps we are writing to write the code. Same way here, it is going to record all the steps that are done. Remove the columns, filtered rows. Some of these steps are automatically done by the system itself. For example, you click on the first source. It shows this is the Excel file having all these tables. From this, it has gone to this particular sheet. promoted headers. That means the header is shown as the first row in the Excel sheet. That is moved to the header. This part Excel has taken by itself these steps. Remaining, it has defined a data type for each of the columns. Based on the data available, it said that these are the dates. If supposing this is not able to identify as a date, I can modify it. Okay, like this, all the steps are recorded here so that whenever I refresh this database, automatically these are implemented. You don't need to again redo any of them. When you just click on refresh, all these steps will be implemented. Similarly, supposing here I have this column. I want to replace, supposing home office with office. I can just select this column and say replace values. Wherever it is a home office, replace it with just say office. Or any text, whatever you want to do, find replace, you can do it and say okay. It is going to change it in the whole column. Replace values. Home office, okay. I think O is capital, that's why it has not replaced. I have to just give the input value, whatever is there. This is particularly useful where you have some spelling mistakes in the original data. You want to correct them, okay? Now, home office has become office. This way particularly used when, supposing there is a region column. Where is it? In my earlier one of the occasions, there was the region column, which was having some spelling mistakes. Some were written with additional spaces, some wrong text. So to correct that, we use just select this column and apply this rule, replace values. What happens is that next time, anytime, if you have that same mistake in the new data, it will automatically be corrected because it has become part of this step. Okay. This is how we can modify the data. Once all the steps, whatever to be done, formulas to be written, combining columns or splitting columns, doing some numerical calculations, everything we can do it here in this Power Query editor. And then we'll say close and apply. So once we click on close and apply, the distinct columns are picked up from the database and shown as the fields list to the right. Okay, this is the interface of a Power BI, wherein we see all the column lists to the right side. Like, just like in a pivot table, we see the list of fields. Same way we got the list of fields here to the right side. And left side, if you see, this is the first option called report. This is the white area, we call it as a canvas, wherein we can add different charts. In an Excel, on the sheet itself, we'll put the charts. Where data is there, same cells, we can also have the charts. But here there is a separate area for creating the charts. This is called the report canvas. And if you want to see what is the data loaded into this Power BI, you can click on this tab. It shows that this is the data loaded. Okay, whatever we have selected after applying the filters, that data is loaded into this Power BI. And relationship tab is useful where you have data from multiple tables added. You can see this. Okay, this is also useful where supposing we have some columns like a region. I want to show this with some other name. Region, instead of region, I want to put it as a zone. I can just type in here as a zone, so that when you are creating the roof, it displays as zone. This is where we can change the column headers to be more meaningful for the report writer to view that and easily understand it. Okay. Further, you can see that here there is some sigma symbol in some of the columns. That means it assumes that all these columns, whenever they are added, they should be totaled. Okay, you require a total for that. But supposing this required column is something which I don't want to do any totaling. If I use it somewhere, it should be shown as it is. Then you have to select this column. Here you can define that this should not be summarized. This is all called the data modeling, where we do as a one-time job, so that in any visual, wherever you use it, it will not be summarized. Same way sales column is there. Okay, this you can do a formatting. In Excel also we have a format feature. Same way, same properties we can also implement here as a currency column, supposing I want to display it. Okay, so once I set it as a currency in any of the charts, I can say, supposing I want to create a column chart, I will use based on the zone, just select the zone and also the sales amount. It is going to create a chart showing each of the zones in the bottom and the values here. So a chart has been created like this. And if I want, this text is very small. Okay, you are not able to see these numbers. To change it, we have seen that these are the visualizations, different visuals available. Below the visuals, we have the option to see what is added to this particular visual. You can relate it to the pivot table. You have the rows and values. Here row means an axis, value means the amount which we want to show it here, and legend. There is also legend is there. Here also I can have a legend. Supposing within this zone, I want to see a breakup of based on the segment. I'll put it as a legend. So I'll get a breakup of the sales by each of the legends. So simply you drag and drop it here, the visual gets changed. Further, you want to change the text styles and other things. This first tab is for adding the fields. Second tab is for formatting the content. Supposing x-axis is there, I can expand it. Say I want this to be 18 characters. So you get a bigger name. Want to change the color of the font, you can change it. So it changes to that color. Font style. Whatever configuration you want to do for the x-axis, you can do it here. Similarly, for the y-axis, I can say it should be bigger font. So we can see the numbers clearly. Y-axis, instead of 8, I want to put it as, instead of 9, I want to put it as 18 text. Font type I can change. Display units, now it is showing in millions, automatically formatted as millions. Because we have set it as a currency, it has added the currency symbol also. And you can see that this column, wherever I use, automatic formatting is with the currency because I have set it. Okay. So we don't need to do the formatting for each and every visual. We just set it for once, and that field, wherever it is used, that same formatting will be applied. Whether you want to display decimal values or not, you can set it here. Say none. Display units none means it is going to show the full value. If I say thousands, it will be shown as the multiples of 1000. Like that, we can automatically change. We can change how many decimals to be displayed. Say, I'll say 0 decimals. So it will show without decimal value. Like this, we can configure the x-axis, y-axis, title. What we see on the top left top, this is called the title. All the formatting can be done here in the format section. Y-axis we have done. Next is the title. What is the dimension of the title? Like axis title also we can remove. Like supposing here we are seeing a small text sales. I don't want that title. I can say off because I know by the numbers that it is the sales values. I don't require that. I can remove. Next, colors. Which colors or combination can be configured here? Yeah, these are the different colors. But instead of this, supposing I want here something different color, I can just select the color. Automatically it changes here. Data labels means what is the value at each of the point. I can enable it. It shows the data value. Once the data labels are there, we can again configure them to display in a different font so that it is bigger and clear to see. Okay, like this we can configure a visual. This is a column chart. Okay, supposing I don't want the column chart, I want to display this in some other chart. I can just click on here like a line chart. It converts to a line chart. Okay, You can easily convert it to any of the charts using this. And next minimum thing that we'll be doing is, we'll put it as a column chart. I can add a filter for this, that we call it as a slicers in Excel. Okay, using slicers we can easily filter data. For that, this is a visual called slicer. Click on this. Here, supposing I want to display based on a segment we have selected. Let us say product category, we will select it. Based on a category, it will show the different categories available in the database. Again, change the items size so that they are clear to see. In this, if I select any of the one, it automatically displays the data for only one. If I say technology, it is showing the data for technology. Furniture. Like this, I can have multiple slicers created on a page. This we call it as a one page of the report. Right? So we have seen the visualizations available, what are the fields that have been loaded, and how to create the visuals. Okay. So tell me any doubts till now?
Yeah, I have a doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
So when Power BI takes the data from Excel sheets, so will it identify the hidden sheets as well?
I've never tried it. We can see that. Then sheets, do you want, or like while loading, you want them or you don't want?
Yeah, when we first time connected to Excel, it showed all the orders, customers, products, people. If there is any hidden sheet, will that be displayed in the list as well?
Okay, let me hide this sheet.
Yep.
I want to load again the data into this report. So here again, I don't need to create a new file. Here I have an option, get data from Excel. Okay, this is where it is showing the path. Select this, say open. Okay, you are not seeing that. Hidden files will not be shown.
Okay, thank you.
So this is how we create the report. Main advantage of Power BI is just like this. You can just drag and drop. Even if it is an SQL server, you don't have to do much coding. Simply select like this only, and it will show. In the Excel, we are getting only directly folder path. If it is a SQL server, it is going to ask for the server name. Okay, let me say here, supposing I want to connect to a SQL server. It will ask you for the server name, and then there are a bit more options are available, whether you want to write a SQL query or directly import from the tables. You give the server name and say OK. It is going to list out all the databases available in the server. Expand a database, it will show all the tables. Like this, we can load it. Okay. I'll show another example there also with how to use the SQL server. Yes, we can select all the three by just clicking on this feature wherein clear selections. Okay, so all the three will be visible. This corresponds to the total data of all the selection. If you don't select a category, it is for all the categories. Okay, just I am stopping a bit because I don't want to give too much information. Till now, if everything is clear, you tell me if you have any doubts. We can discuss on what we have already seen now.
So what is the maximum file size that we can upload?
1 GB.
1 GB.
That is a compressed data. So if you go to the database, actual data could be even 7, 8 GB also. That will be compressed, and here it will create only 1 GB file. And there are some options available. Here we are loading the data, but supposing the data is very like a SQL server, if a huge data is there, there is an option to develop reports without loading data also. In which case, when we click on this, then it is going to retrieve the data. based on our requirements. It will be a bit slower than this, relatively a bit slower than this, but their file size will be less only. It will just read the data based, based on the filters we have applied. Instead of loading everything, what is required for this screen, only that much will be loaded. That option is also available. That is also particularly useful where your data is on a Azure server. That means already available on a cloud server. It can easily read the data and refresh the reports.
I have a doubt. Hello.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
Once finishing the report, if you want to display, if you give connected to projector,
Okay.
is it okay or still it is required license?
No, for projector, no, you don't require a license. Just projecting the same screen.
Yeah, if you have in laptop after finishing the data connected to projector, you can project, no?
Yes, you can project.
Yeah.
In fact, you can even send it to another system also. Yes, you need to have a free registration. Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
and just click on publish.
Okay.
You just click on this publish. For that, it will ask you to save the file. Once it is saved, and you want to view the report yourself, okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
that you can view it on a browser or any other computer. With your license, it is a free only.
Yeah.
You don't require to pay anything.
Yeah.
If you want to share it with somebody, then you need to have a paid license. It's a pro license.
You can send it through mail.
Yeah, file can be sent through mail.
You can send that?
Yeah, you can send it. This physical file can be sent it.
Okay.
This is a PBX file that we are going to save it in the computer. This can be mailed to anyone. They can open it and view. And they can make modifications, anything they want. They need to have it just a desktop application, that's all. Pre-downloaded application, and they can view the report. Even
they also should have to download to view the file.
Yeah, to open the file, they require the software, this Power BI desktop.
They should download and okay.
If they don't want to download, the easier way is, supposing this report is there. You want to share with somebody
in
your organization. He doesn't have even a software.
Okay.
What you have to do is you have to give your username and password. Actually, you can try. You can go to your browser on app.powerbi.com.
Okay.
You can do it now. So we'll just verify. Just open a browser. Are you with a laptop?
Yeah.
And just click on app.powerbi.com.
1 minute. Give me keyboard. 1 minute, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
It's okay.
app.powerbi.com.
Or refuse to connect.
Now sign in window will open.
Power
app.powerbi.com.
Okay. Already have an account. Sign in. Okay.
Yeah, click on sign in, and I have given the username.
1 minute. Sign in.
Click on that alexw@visuals.onmicrosoft.com. You can just copy it from the chart window.
No.
That is the username.
Sign in user. What is the username?
Chart window. I have just copied one. alexw.
alexw. @
Can you open the chart window? You can just easily copy and paste it.
Here?
Yeah. Sign in. LXW, are you able to see?
LXW.
You are Mahesh Patkar, no?
Vallam Shetty.
Okay, 1 minute. I will copy to others also. I've
Yeah.
given username.
This is what email, huh?
First line is the username, second one is the password.
1 minute. I pasted password. 1 minute. Password is data@.
2020.
1 minute.
Now you can share your screen so that we can see what is the report that has come.
Yeah. 1 minute. Say signed in. Yes.
Share screen option is there, no?
Yeah. Now it is open. 1 minute. I will share my screen.
Share screen you have to give. I think you are switched on the video. You will find one share screen option.
Okay. Where?
Just click on that small ribbon you are seeing, no? This Zoom. In that there is an option called share screen or Alt S.
Yes. This one is.
Yeah, now it is showing up.
Yeah.
You are
This
able
one.
to report. Yeah.
We have to give username and password.
Yes, same username password. Supposing you share with your colleague also, he can also view the report. Or yourself. You
Yeah.
don't carry the same computer. Supposing in the meeting you are...
That means Microsoft license username password, huh?
No, this is a Power BI license.
Power BI license. Okay.
When you register, you provide a mail ID and you will set a password.
Yeah, I can set the password.
So with this, you can view the reports or you can even share it to somebody. But of course, sharing our login details may not be useful in long term. This is for the
just for
the setup sake. You can do like this. And once it is satisfied, management is think that, okay, this is good, then they may think of going for the actual licenses. Okay, this I want to show you how simple it is to just share a report.
Thank you.
Okay, this is how we have seen we can just publish the report and easily view it on a browser. Further, we can also have a dashboard created in the service. Basically, a dashboard means we can have, supposing important visuals from different reports, they can be put at one place like this. Okay, this is called a dashboard. We'll be discussing about this in detail in the later sessions. Once we understand about the reports, we'll see how to design a dashboard. Basically, a dashboard means it's a summary of all the reports. So a top manager, he can just see this dashboard and understand how the things are progressing. Okay. Okay, anybody else having doubts?
So we should have a corporate email ID, then only we can able to register, right?
Basically, it should not be a Gmail and Yahoo, Rediff. These are not allowed. Any student ID or anything else. So if you don't have any such ID, then we can provide this. Like this is now a fictitious ID we have created, Alex Weber. Like this, we have few IDs. For your practice initial for 1 or 2 months, we can give that ID.
Okay.
This is what we have seen the demo. Further, these are the different types of visuals. Like this is called page visual. Yeah, tell me something you want to say. Okay, this is, I am just showing you one already developed report which has a very good different visuals.
Okay.
Let me mute you because some background sound. If you want to say anything, you can unmute and again talk. Okay. This is called a gauge view, wherein there is a red line showing the target value and what is the achievement till date that we can see clearly. So this is a management. The moment they open, any manager opens, he can see what is my target, what is my status. This is another visual which shows the total sales as a single value. This is called a pie chart, wherein we can see the percentage share of each of the products on the overall sales. Okay, this is a map view. Okay, you can see if I want to discuss on this, I can click on this option. It is going to expand, show it in the full screen. Okay, on this, I will be able to easily discuss it. And here we can see that in the map, each state is showing in different colors. Basically, this is like a color scale. A green color means sales are very high, like here 13 lakh sales. Where the sales are very low, it is shown in red color. Remaining, they are transition in between, values are shown in. So the moment you see the color, you can make out where the sales are high, where they are low. This is one map visual. This is called a tree view, wherein we see the highest sales in this corner and the lowest sales in the right bottom. Like this, we can create different visuals. This is another set of visuals, like this is a table view and a pie chart combined together. These are also visuals. You can see task chair. That means for this selected year, this is the best product for sales. If I see 2015, here folding chairs was the best product. Like this best product, we can get it using DAX formulas. We can calculate and say which is the product having the highest sales in the selected year. Like this, we can develop different types of reports. This screen, I think we have seen, where we click on this and automatically the values change for each of the regions. We'll be seeing how the sales happen. So it is going to highlight here, and for this highlighted value, it is going to show the line chart. So I'm not clicking on anything. It is automatically changing one by one, showing the data for each of the regions. And this is another example wherein I am seeing now a pie chart. Okay. Suppose sometimes what happens, we cannot show too many charts in the same place. So here, initially I'm showing the pie chart. If I want to show the table view, I can click on this button, table view. It automatically changes to the table view. Next, we have a bar chart. So like this, we can show different representations on the same place. Okay, this is also done using a bookmarks and buttons concept. We need to understand how to add buttons to a report and integrate these things. And there is a profit analysis showing the profit again is the sales. This is another view wherein I don't want to see all the customers. I want to see only those customers whose sales are more than a certain limit. If I say, supposing increase this to 1,10,000, it is going to show only customers who have given more than 1,16,000, 1,10,000. This is 135. Like this, I can slide it and see the best customers. I don't need to again see all the customers. If I see everyone, it will be a very big list and we may not be able to make out much. Instead, we can limit who are my high value customers. Like this, using a slider, we can just immediately interactive, we can see. And also when you put a focus on any of the bars, it will show a internal chart. For this value, 5,45,000, what are the different products he has taken? That list we are getting. If I put a focus here, this will be corresponding to the selected bar, like a tooltip with a visual. This is what we can develop it. Okay. This is again some normal chart. Like this, we'll create one chart and we'll link it to the another visual so that they automatically display based on the selection. Okay, these are the different types of visuals that we are going to discuss. Further, we're all going to see how we can work on the service also, like sharing with, giving them permissions. And there is a concept called row level security, wherein if we give some restriction that a person can see only limited data. That is filtered at the data level itself. So we don't need to create separate report for each cadre. Based on the selection, based on the person, permissions given to that person, it will automatically display data for that he is authorized to see. Okay.
Basically, this graphs has been created, but when it comes to the sales part, it will be compared with the last year. So the data which is visible on the graphs now, it is particular to that year only. But we need to compare with the last year and what is the growth part.
Yes, we can do that
how do
also.
we come that?
We can compare the sales of different years.
So comparing with the last year, and I want to know the growth part.
Yes, this is what you see. Here, this is the blue color is the sales in the current year. Okay. Yellow part is the previous year. And percentage is also.
Okay.
You can do this comparison.
Okay.
You can even compare with the 3 years old, like that. You can see the sum of the sales is in blue color. Yellow represents the same month previous year sales. This is done using a DAX formula. So we need to write some formulas. We'll be discussing in detail about what is DAX and how to write the formulas. Based on that, we can do this comparison. Even profit and sales is there. What is the percentage of profit? Those variance calculations, everything can be done. And a good thing is that we don't need to do this anything on the report every month or every time we want a new data. Every day they get automatically refreshed with the latest data. So the sales.
That means once we need to download from the particular link, that has to be stored in the particular folder. It will be refreshed.
No, we don't need to download. Like a developer, supposing we have developed a report based on this data, which is having 353 rows. Okay. So tomorrow, if I get a new data, I will put it in the same place with the same file name, and it will be set up automatically to refresh. So my browser, in the browser, when I see the report, always I will be getting the latest report.
So I need to save it in the same folder.
Yeah, file has to be defined. Whichever file we say, it has to be in the same.
From in the sheet, I need to paste it in the 350.
Pardon?
The data which I downloaded, latest one, I need to paste it in the same sheet which is visible on the screen.
Yes,
I need to paste it from 354.
Anywhere. If you overwrite it, you will get the new data only in the report. If you put it on the bottom, you will get the data combining both of them. Is it clear? Supposing this is a January data. If I paste the data, February data below this, it is going to create a report using January and February data. If I delete these rows and paste it, I will get data for only the latest data. I will get the report. Only thing you have to make sure that the columns are same. Okay.
Thanks. And one more thing, there's a comparison with the last year now.
Yes.
Can we go to that window?
Yeah.
So this is good. And in this, so for example, August, there is a degrowth. There is a growth over the last year. But I want to go into detail. So which store has degrown and which segment is degrown?
Yeah, we can.
That can be visible?
Yes, it can be done.
Okay.
We can add a field here itself. Drill down option will be there. We need to like modify this report a bit, but it can be done. I don't know if I have any example readily available. Yeah. Here, let me show. Supposing this we are seeing by each region. Now I click on this West. It will show within the West state-wise we are seeing the sales. Again, click on this California. It shows city-wise within the California. Like this, we can implement drill down. So here you can see in the tooltip, West region, California state, and here is the city. This is the sales. Like this, we can do that.
So micro level analysis can be done.
Yes,
Thanks.
And we don't require VBA coding here, but there is some coding like a DAX formulas we have to write. And whatever we are doing in the Power Query editor, that is stored as a code internally. We don't need to write the code. M language coding is there. That is generated by the system itself. Like here in the Power Query editor, we have performed these steps. Okay, we have filtered the rows, replaced values, renamed columns. All these things are stored in this within the editor as a coding. These are the coding steps, what we have done. This is generated by the system and this is used for refreshing. Whenever I have the new data, again it will perform these steps and give us the cleaned data for the report. Okay, let me just verify if any questions are unanswered. Yeah, this itself is the data science tool. This is the first step for visualization. To develop the data, to build the data, we might be using some other tools. Okay, this is, I would say, the last step, like a final. Once the data is available, we can use this Power BI to present it. In addition to that, we have also seen we can do some transformations here itself. For a medium-sized company, if you are having a data in Excel, some in SQL like that, you can combine them, do this cleaning up everything here itself and view the data. Okay, like for example, I'll show in this, if I click on relationship, it shows the different tables of data presently available. Okay, we don't have everything at one place. There is one table for customer information, one for the sales information, another date table. Okay, regional. These are the different tables. We have used a relationship between them. That means we are saying that the column region in this table is same as this. So it's going to write a VLOOKUP formulas internally and combine the tables. Okay, like this, these can be coming from one Excel file or they can be coming from different places also. We have loaded these are all the tables. And a report can use any of the columns from any of the table and create the report. Combination of tables can be used in a same chart also.
This program will be done by the system itself. No need to do any manual, no?
Yes, we need to like a drag and drop and say that this is our tool related. May not be able to recognize that these two are same values. So we have to just...
Okay. I can interlink with customer key or email address also.
Key relationships that we need to know.
Okay. So that means it indicates that the 4 files should have at least one common column.
Yes, correct.
At least one common column should have.
Yes. If supposing column is not exactly matching, someplace it could be a combination of 2 columns. You can split it, first column, second column, and then join it.
That concatenate.
Yes, concatenate or split. Whatever is there, that will write it as a one-time step, and it will do every time. It is going to automatically take care.
This is actually a right point. So a column cannot be matched sometimes. In that case, we need to concatenate 2 columns or 3 columns.
Yes.
Is there any DAT formula? Is there?
Yes, DAX formula is there. And without writing formula also in Power Query Editor also there are options to merge 2-3 columns into one.
Done.
There are 2 ways of writing formulas. One is in the Power Query Editor, that is using the menu options, and also in the DAX. Both places we can write the formulas.
Okay.
After completing this course, we will be able to normally get a designation like data analyst or report analyst. That's what I think Ashwin Kumar was asking. As a Power BI developer also, there are some designations that is exclusively for developing the report. Like a bigger organizations, they have Power BI developers. So you might get some inputs from the other DBA team or a data engineer. We just develop this report, Power BI, and then give it to the other people. So Power BI developer is also a valid designation, data analyst or report analyst, MIS analyst. There can be different designations. And I think these are the questions asked. Anybody, you can use this link to download it and even test it out also. It's very easy to install. Just click on that next, and it will install it and create a shortcut. And if you have an Excel in your system, because I have just shown Excel example because most of us will have Excel installed in our system. We can just connect to any Excel and start developing a report. So Power BI is not just a data visualization tool. In addition to that, we can do data cleansing, data combining from different places, and everything is possible within this. So you can call it as a mini ETL tool also. Extract, transform, and load the data, and then do the presentation also.
So Power BI is a separate app altogether, like Excel.
Yes, it is similar to Excel because this is also developed by the same Microsoft. Row level
In this Power
security,
BI, please go on, sir. Please go on.
This is a question like, can we have a different sharing with director, president, and managers? Yes, based on their permissions, we can restrict the data. Same report will be shared, but what they see depends upon the permissions they are having. We can restrict the data based on the person, their mail ID, or their group of people also. We can say all sales team can see only this data. All managers can see only this. Like that also we can say, or individual sales manager can see this, finance manager can see something else. Like that also we can restrict. Just we save the reports by clicking on save button, just like an Excel file. Okay, just click on and it will save in the local file. But when you publish it, it will go into our account. From there, whoever has the whom we share, only they will view the report. Okay. So any other doubts, please let me know. I think we have given a broad overview of what is the Power BI and how it can be used. Basically, this is a in memory. Okay. That means we have already loaded the data. I want to create a new report on that. Okay. Supposing as a manager, I don't have any report development knowledge, but still somebody has given me a report. Okay. I want to create a report, new visual. Just simply I'll double click on this screen. It will open a window. Here, ask a question about your data. Already there are some clues. I can pick up one of these clues and just click on that. It is going to create a report. Top last names by rank customer. And it is going to create this file. Okay. Similarly, I can even type in myself. Say sales by year. It is given a line chart. Say in pie. It will convert to a pie chart. So like that we can create a report ourselves without having even database knowledge also. Supposing some of us, they already told that they are Power BI users already. So they have not developed it. They are getting the reports from somebody else and share it to them and they are viewing it. In such a report, supposing I want to create a new page with some different chart. There are different charts available, but my requirement is not met. Then I can simply do that like this. Just click on, double click, it will open a new window wherein you can ask a question. This word should be valid words, okay, based on the data. Like supposing if I say sales, I'm getting like this. If I say here, customer sales by region, REGN, if I click on, it will not be able to find out. It is showing in red color means this is not a known value. It's presently showing the overall sales, but region wise it's not able to filter. Okay, but then I have to correct it. So it is going to show the possible values. I can see sales by region or by some first name for this person. Only for this person sales you want to see, you can see it. Okay, maybe this is not available data. You can go by its suggestions and select by region ID. It will show grouped by ID what are the sales. By name, if I say region, it is going to show by region what are the sales. Like this we can easily create charts. This is called a question and answer feature or natural query language feature. And what else? There is another feature called in the Power BI service. When we have a report, we have the data loaded into this report. So I can go to this data and click on get quick insights. That means it is going to, Power BI is going to understand its own by machine intelligence methods. It is going to create different charts for us on the data. It will just create all combination of charts that are possible on that data. Okay, we don't need to specify anything. Just it has created within no time a number of charts. Each chart, based on the chart, it is giving some explanation also that there is a correlation between total sales and customers. It is showing how many customers are having less sales and how many have. Similarly, office supplies accounts for majority of profit. So it is creating different combination of charts and also giving a conclusion based on the chart. Okay, you can see how many charts are created. We are not asked for anything. It has directly created different charts by its own intelligence. And if any of them you think is useful for you, you can just click on pin and add it to your dashboard. So it will become part of our report. Okay. So dashboard is created. Even this dashboard can also be converted into a phone view. Just click on phone view. This will come like this in the multiple steps. You don't need to create a report separately for the mobile. So when you open this report on a mobile phone, you can view this report properly arranged for a mobile. So mobile also in Google Store, you have a Google Play Store, you have a free download Power BI app. You can download it. Use the same login what we have created before for registration. Same login is useful for mobile app also. You can view your reports on a mobile phone. Okay, so there's no separate development for Android, for separate for iPhone like that. You can view the report developed for a web application, web view can be viewed on a mobile also. Or it can be viewed on an iPad, anywhere. Based on that size, it is going to automatically rearrange the visuals. Okay.
So by using this artificial intelligence, we can come to know that which are the top performing, which is the bottom performing, and what is the growth over the last year.
You can write a formula for that.
Okay.
Like here, I'm seeing these zones. Or let me create a new report. So supposing here, I want to see by customer name the total sales. Okay, here these are the different values coming up, but I don't want so many. I want to see only the top 5. I can apply a filter saying that customer names. This is the filter tab available. I can say I want to see only the top N. N means top 5 or 10, whatever number we give. By what? Top 5 based on the sales, supposing. So it will show only the 5 rows here based on the sales. These are the top 5 people. I want not by sales, but I want by profit. I can put this profit field here on the drill down. Say apply. So these are the 5 people based on the profit. So like this, we can filter out and pick up top values or bottom values. Okay. Important thing is to load the data and build relationships, create some DAX formulas. Then we can just play with it. We can add any of the combinations and see how they are going to be presented. So the moment manager or somebody asks, or we want to see what our combination we want, we can easily see it.
So I have a question here.
Yeah, thank you.
So if you look at the current screen, you can see the page numbers, that the page 1, page 2, and there is a plus symbol, right? So for the page 2, I can see there are on the right side of the page, you have all the fields, I mean, all the columns of that particular data set, right?
Yes.
So when you click on the plus, if you go to the page 3, will we get the same data set again there, or we'll get only the new one?
Same. These are all pages like Excel sheets. All these, we are just arranging the related visuals on a page. Like this, we can have any number of pages on the same.
Okay. But still you will have all the tables there, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir. Thank you.
So all the pages will necessarily have only one data set. We call it a data set will be only one. This data set might be coming from multiple tables or multiple sources. Still, we call it as a one data set. Okay.
Yes,
What
sir. Thank you.
stores in this file, that is common for all the pages.
So basically you said two major components in the Power BI, right? So the one is the Power BI desktop, and the second one is the Power BI services.
Yes.
So your major contribution will be on the Power BI desktop, right? The major component where you extract, transform, and do a lot of analysis there. So, and what about the Power BI services, sir? Will you going to teach the entire tool there, or that particular service, or only the sharing of the reports, or only the just publishing of the dashboard that you're going to teach?
Yeah, basically a report, like as we've seen here, multiple pages of report we are getting here. So this report development is done in a desktop. But what we get in a service is called a dashboard. We just load this report into the dashboard, into the Power BI service. In the service, we are going to create these dashboards. Okay, dashboard means basically summarizing the data. Like if I click on a workspace, I see there will be multiple reports, and the data set is automatically coming from the report. Whatever data loaded into the report, it comes as a data set. Okay, these two are loaded from the desktop. Once these two are there, we have to create the dashboard. This has to be done exclusively in service only. So we'll see how to create a dashboard, getting the data from different reports. Okay, there could be one sales report and also finance report. I can combine both the visuals into a one dashboard. It's basically consisting of important one only. Even this scrolling is not preferred actually. A dashboard is such a way that at a glance I should be able to see all important things. So this dashboard design is done in the service only. In addition to that, sharing this and creating alerts like subscribing to this, all these things are done in the service. We are going to discuss all those things. And also here my workspace is my working file. But when I want to distribute it to multiple teams, each team I can create a separate folder here, like sales team. So whatever I put into the sales team will be available for all the sales people. Say management, top management reports. I'll put one folder. Like this, we can create multiple folders for authorization that we call them as apps. Okay. Each app can be shared with a set of people that we'll be discussing. Also, we'll be seeing how to share as a package also. Supposing you have developed something which is useful for multiple teams of people. So everybody don't need to start developing from the scratch. We can create another app here, which is going to include the report, data set, as well as the dashboard as a one utility that can be shared with all the team members, so that whoever wants, they will just download it, start configuring for themselves as their own copy. Okay, that you can click on this get data. Here it shows what are the apps that are published by different people in my organization. Or you have even the organizational content packs, means something distributed for the organization. That means this will have already the data set and the report already created by somebody. You can just download it and customize it to your requirements. It becomes your baby again once you download it and create your report. Instead of starting from scratch, you can use that. Similarly, there are some standard format templates also created by different people. You can even download them and use this as a basis for designing, like what I should be presenting in a sales review report. They will already given some indications. Based on that, you can design our own reports. So these all things are possible in a service. Giving permissions, setting up the data refresh automatically. If you have to set up a auto refresh here in the database, so that whenever daily, supposing I set up a time, at that time this data should refresh. This is a report. Below that, we see the data sets. In the data sets, I can set up using a scheduled refresh that this report should extract the data daily at a predefined time. All these settings have to be done here in the Power BI service. Who can view my report? Giving the permissions. Who can access my report? They can only view or they can use it for their own reports. Can they modify the report or not? All those configuration maintenance has to be done in the service. Okay.
But that data refreshment can be done once we download the data only, no? It cannot be auto refresh.
It can be auto refresh. You have to make sure that your folder is having the latest data, and you can set up that daily. You just pick up whatever data is there in particular place and refresh my reports. It will automatically refresh.
Yes, sorry, go ahead, please.
Getting into that folder is your job, but once it is available there,
yes.
the visuals is automatic.
That is what this artificial intelligence cannot be downloaded from the particular portal. No? So for portal, we need to download the data. We need to save it in the folder. From there, it is artificial intelligence job to refresh the data.
Yes.
Thanks.
And sir, do we need to write a script, separate scripts to auto download, refresh, modeling, loading? For all this, do we need to have a separate script for it?
Yes.
Okay.
Like supposing you download from some other application and put it in this folder. For that, you need to have separate scripts.
Okay. So will you going to teach us how to do it, sir? Just on a whole note, at the end of the Power BI training here, so do you going to go through a single, very specific project from the start point to end point, publishing and servicing part?
We will show that from getting data to publishing, sharing it with the other team. So
okay.
We have the multiple accounts also. I told you, we'll just see if this person shares for one person only for reading, other person can read it. How when they access, what will be the differences?
Which domain you're going to take up, sir? Is it related to only a sales part? I mean, hospitality, insurance, banking, which domain you're going to teach us on?
We have sales data is there. I think HR data is also available. We can decide on that, which one. Depends upon the team, which you are interested.
Okay, sir.
The sales and HR data is there. If you have anybody else having some dummy data, we can even work on that also. Could be like interactive. Everybody, each of us should participate and build that report.
Okay, sir. Okay. And how many weeks will it take to complete this course, sir?
Totally, it will be around 24 to 28 hours. So it will be 4 weeks.
4 weeks, okay.
Each day we are just planning for 3-hour sessions, because more than that also it will be too much. Like you can't, you don't get time to practice it.
Each day 3-hour session. Huh?
3 hours. Saturday 3 hours and Sunday 3 hours. Like that, 6 into 4 weeks, 24 hours we should be able to cover. If supposing this project and such things they are getting delayed, we can do it after that also. After 4 weeks also, we can spend a day for the project work.
Okay, sir.
Be available on WhatsApp even after completing the course. Any doubts are there while you are working, you can contact us. We'll be able to help you while you are actually doing it in your office data. If you are stuck anywhere, you can contact us. We'll be helping.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you.
In this session, dashboards are covered?
Yeah, dashboards also will be covered. It's whatever we do on a service, creating the report, important things and putting in.
Yeah, we have data that can be designed to dashboard.
First, basically from the data, we create a report.
Okay.
The report will have multiple visuals. From that, we will pick up some important visuals and put it on a dashboard.
Dashboard. You are covering in this course.
Yes, yes.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
Like, will it be 10-to-1 session, right? Every time?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, will there be anything that will not be covered in this course?
Not such specific thing, but within the Power BI, what is to be done, we'll cover it.
Okay. So we can feel like we can be confident that good with Power BI?
Yes, you will be able to work on a Power BI project directly.
Of course.
Like a DAX formulas, there is no limit. We are going to see some examples based upon our requirements. But there are
Okay.
hundreds of functions. Like for example, in Excel, there are more than 400 functions.
Right.
Plus every function. No? So we will see what we will be requiring for our data. Once you are comfortable with this, we can write even new formula. And there is very good community blog is there, powerbicommunity.com.
Right. Okay.
Even if new requirements come up while you are working, even there are many people who help us. So once we learn how to work on Power BI, and as the day-to-day challenges come up, we may have to explore further, whether through Google or through these community websites. Because what we see, what we expect, all those things we'll be discussing. And also preparing the data, that has to be a separate thing. Like supposing if it is already available in a specific folder, we can design the report. But how to get that into that particular place, that is something we have to do it separately.
Okay, sir. Do we get any certificate after completion of course?
Yeah, Excelytics will give a course completion certificate. And if you want, you can write a Microsoft exam. Microsoft Data Analytical Associate certification is there on Power BI. That is an online exam. You can write it.
How much will that cost, sir, additionally?
That is a bit costly. It is some $165.
Okay.
At the official Proctor site, I have seen it is $165. But we'll see. We are also trying to get that authorization to conduct the test.
Okay.
And there could be some people who can conduct the test, then it may be a bit lesser.
Okay.
But as of now, it is a $165.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So if required, anything which needs to be incorporated in between of the syllabus, like the new topics or any content which comes as a new to us. So will you going to teach us right in between, or you will say just only no, we are not committed to this, we're not going to teach
I'll try to, like, anything is new there, I would also like to learn it. Okay.
Okay.
I can work on that. That's what I'm saying. It's not that 4 weeks we have to end the relationship.
Okay.
If required 1 or 2 weeks, we can extend. I have no problem. If anything new is there, if you come up, we should discuss it. Maybe I have to just research on that and then we'll discuss.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
In the data science, basically, career presentation is the most important thing. So this Power BI will be surely helpful in building your career in data science. Yeah, I'm giving a user ID and password. Anybody wants to connect, you can. But make sure that you don't save any your confidential data into this one, because the same login will be used by multiple people. You can just try experimenting with your reports, and also do not delete other reports.
Sure, sir. Only for practice only I'm asking.
Report you make it something customized with your name, something like that.
Sure, definitely. Please provide. Okay, sure.
Okay, I think from my side today, anybody having thoughts, please let me know.
Sir, if I install a Power BI on my system, I will have my credentials, right? Yes. And if I try to publish or if I try to share on a Power BI services of yours, that should not be a possible, right? Or is it possible?
No, you have to log in. Desktop, whichever credentials you log in, same logins will have the service access also.
Service, okay. So you're giving your desktop credit
compared to your system login.
No, sir. Your desktop logins as well as your Power BI service logins you're sharing with us, right?
No, this is not desktop login. This is only a Power BI login. Power BI desktop login, yes.
Okay.
Your computer login is separate.
No, computer login is separate. So Power BI desktop for the normal registration, whatever the registration email ID that we give to use the desktop, right?
Yes.
So the same, if we want to publish that particular report after creating one there, can I publish it on a different user? Like, for example, you have your own Power BI services email ID. So can I publish there on using my desktop services?
No, you can't do it.
We cannot write.
Publish on your name only, but you can give the share permissions to them.
That's what I've got it.
I can.
Can you tell me just what is the, like your question? I think not very clear. What is the purpose you are asking that?
So somebody, sir, somebody was taking your ID, right? Power BI services ID for just to log in, right?
That ID is common for desktop, Power BI desktop, as well as service or a mobile. For all the three, login ID and password is same.
Same. Oh, okay, got it, sir.
So I have multiple logins. That's why I'm able to share one. What I regularly use a different ID.
Sure, sir. Sure.
So here, whoever loads, everybody else will see same login by using this login. Everybody can see what others also are logging or loading into the service.
Okay, sir.
So this long run, it is not going to work. Only for learning purpose, just sharing this.
Yeah.
Vinod sir, can I get your number? This is Krishna.
Yeah.
So I want to speak to you after this session.
Yes, you already have the number. You are Excel, you are participating, no? In the group, you are having the...
Yeah. Fine.
Vinod, అది పవర్ బిఐలో రిపోర్టింగ్ టూల్ కదా పవర్ బిఐ అన్నది. దానికి రిలేటెడ్ ఏదైనా ఈటీఎల్ టూల్ లైక్ ఎస్ఎస్ఐఎస్ అది కంపల్సరీ నేర్చుకోవాలా ఏంటి అన్నట్టు? ఓన్లీ పవర్ బిఐ మీద జాబ్స్ ఉన్నాయా?
పవర్ బిఐ మీద కూడా ఉన్నాయండి.
అంటే దానికి కంపల్సరీ ఇది
స్పెషలైజ్డ్ జాబ్, ఇట్స్ నాట్ కంపల్సరీ. సమ్ కంపెనీస్ మే ఆస్క్. Generally, learning Power BI and with SQL basics, if you know, that's enough. Because Power SSIS is again a specialized tool. Not many people will learn that. If somebody is learning that, that is again a specialized job. Developing on.
అంటే మామూలుగా స్కిమ్ చేశాను ఇది వెబ్సైట్లలో. వీళ్ళు పవర్ బిఐ తోని ఎస్ఎస్ఐఎస్ అలా కాంబినేషన్స్ అడుగుతున్నారు, అందుకే డౌట్.
అడగచ్చు, వాళ్ళకి రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఉండొచ్చు. అట్లా ఇట్స్ చిన్న కంపెనీ అనుకోండి, వాళ్ళకి అన్నీ వచ్చిన వాడు ఒకడే ఉండాలనుకుంటారు. లేకపోతే పోస్ట్ అడిగేటప్పుడు అన్నీ అడుగుతారు. యాక్చువల్ జాబ్ యూ విల్ నాట్ బి వర్కింగ్. I don't think anybody will work on SSIS and Power BI everything as a single person. There will be specialized developers for SSIS or SS analytical services.
Okay.
There will be professionals in that, like a DBS. Separately will be there. Like a Power BI developer job is to get data available somewhere and create the reporting. In general, they may ask, like, you should have knowledge of everything. But working wise, you will not be working on everything.
Okay.
Is it not possible to create our own username or password in our desktop?
Yes, you can create, sir. You should have a mail ID, company mail ID.
Company mail ID.
Yeah. Otherwise, actually, even there is one workaround. There is some site called a 10-minute mail.
Okay.
10-minute mail. It will generate some mail ID for you.
10-minute mail.
Yeah.
Website, huh?
Yeah, web page. You can just Google search for 10-minute mail.
Okay.
It will just give you a temporary mail ID that is available for 10 minutes.
Oh.
So you can, in that 10 minutes, you can register for Power BI.
No.
Using that ID. Mail you will not be getting, but that mail ID and user but password would be sufficient for us to connect.
No, if I am in office, my office, I have. Then I have to purchase license, huh?
If you want to work only for yourself, you don't require purchase anything. You want to publish the service also, that is free. But when you want to share it with your colleagues, then you have to pay the license fees.
Right. Yeah, now I am in office. In my office, I have my company email ID.
Yeah.
If I download, then I have to purchase, or I can.
No, you don't need to purchase. It's a free only.
Company email ID. It is a free.
Free only. Only one time you will get a mail to your that mail company mail ID.
Company mail ID.
But later, you don't need to connect to that computer also. From any other computer, you can use the mail ID and connect it to the Power BI.
Yeah, that means in working place we can download and we can fix the
So you can
password.
put it in your local system also, no problem. Just give the mail ID, your office mail ID.
Okay.
Okay. And
But
download it.
password will go to
Yeah, first time it will go to the company.
office email ID. No, then we cannot open.
They will see, you will get a mail there. That's all.
Yeah.
Later, you don't require that. You will not be connecting to your office system or anything.
Yeah.
But for me, same if I am giving my official email ID, but we have some access, not accessing outside of but
Happen if your office is already implemented Office 365.
yes, Office 365 implemented, but we can't use that outside of the other systems of other than Office systems. So, for example, if I want to download in my personal desktop and if I want to sign in into Power BI, I can't use that user ID for my practice purpose because there is some security guidelines are there, so that they blocked giving access to.
And also, if they are into Office 365 already, they
Yeah.
make build also. So I don't know that permissions will not be there. So in such case, just go to this. I think 10-minute. You want to create a temporary mail ID, you can go for this 10-minute mail. Okay, this is something not authorized actually. It's a temporary mail ID you are creating unofficially. You can use it. Because once you get the login, later you don't require to go to that one.
Okay.
It's for only learning purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That is fine. But when you are implementing, it will be anyway, Office will give you the permissions.
Yeah, I just tried anyhow with my official ID. I couldn't not log in. They have blocked the access.
Admin has to enable it probably.
Yeah. That's why I asked you to provide any user ID and password for practice.
Hi, I have one question. So I just need a difference between Power BI developer and Power BI reporter.
Yeah.
So let's say like I know SQL. So can I go for Power BI developer or I can work as a reporting analyst?
No, Power BI developer is a better job because it's specialization into Power BI. Like you are having a SQL knowledge, no? You can just getting the tables, combining them, creating more measures. All those things comes under the Power BI developer. Reporter means already development is done. You have a model ready. Just create the visualizations.
So you're providing both training?
Yes, both will be there.
Okay.
Developer is a more challenging job. I would say reporting is much easier if you have basic reporting knowledge. Just drag and drop the columns, creating, configuring. That is not challenging. Developing the model is more challenging. So that would be the preferred option.
Okay, thank you. So reporting, you mean to say like no coding required, only customization?
Yes. Already model is created, you will be just creating. But depends upon the organization also, that designation. But when you are learning Power BI, basically you learn as a Power BI developer. So you can do any job.
Okay. So SQL will be enough, right?
Yes, SQL, even if you don't know SQL also, you can learn this.
Okay.
But if you know SQL, then you can easily, in the interviews also, you can easily impress the people and get.
Okay, thank you. One more question I want to ask. So let's say like in my company, we are using Power BI developer and this reporting for purpose also. So if I ask my manager to give me the credential, so will that be cost again to create a user for me?
Yes, it will be, I think 2 months trial version is there. After that, monthly $10 will be charged.
Okay, thank you.
Next question.
So in 10-minute email, there's some email ID it is showing with a different name. That email ID we need to use. That's what you're saying, or we need to register again?
You have to register with that mail ID only for Power BI log.
Okay, okay, okay.
No, once whoever joins, I will try to create different mail IDs and give you each of you so that we can see how you can share between the team and how to share it.
Okay.
I'll create some multiple mail IDs, dummy mail IDs, and then I'll share.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all for your time. Hope you have understood what is Power BI. Still, if you have any questions, you can contact us through WhatsApp or call our office. We'll be able to clarify you. And probably next Saturday onwards, we are trying to continue this course. So meanwhile, you can contact our admin and register yourself. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.